All right, Coach, a huge series win over Oklahoma Christian, sweeping the competition. I saw a tweet come out yesterday saying, we're really seeing the Rams team that we're used to seeing. Just talk about your team's overall performance sweeping that series.
Oh, well, we needed it. We played better. I thought game 2 and then game 4, we were real solid. So that was good to see. I mean, really, probably the first time all year that we've sort of played good baseball and performed at a level that we need to perform at. So that was good to see. Hopefully can continue. And, generally, again, we're at the halfway mark now. And that's sort of about the time that you start figuring some things out, And so hopefully we continue that upward trend as we generally do. So that's the plan at least.
You have guys like Clark and Guerrero who have just been really consistent for you. Just talk about what that consistency does for this program when y'all go out on the road and you need a huge series sweep.
Well, Trill, I mean, goodness gracious, he's really had a great year and really happy for him. Obviously a guy that paid his dues early in his career and then, has become sort of the forefront of our offense. And then really proud of Jacob because, his numbers are great, but, when you start off the season 0 for a weekend, it's sort of tough to bounce back from that. So I think it shows you how good he is. Obviously, those two guys are huge sparks for us offensively and hopefully continue to be.
And then my last one, hitting the road this weekend, taking on St. Mary's. They're a team that's struggling. How does this team just make sure they don't go into this week of practice taking that team too lightly and get ready to go claim another series?
I don't think we ever do that, so I don't think that's a problem. We know how important these games are. We know what the goal is, and, right now, we need to go win them all. After we won 3 out of 4 at Fort Smith, again, we have a lot of new guys, and that was great. We lost game 1 and came back and won the last 3, but I was like, just sort of let y'all know sort of what the standard is. We're generally getting on the bus ticked off that we lost the game. So, our expectation every series is to go win every game. We're not generally excited. And so I think they're sort of getting that mindset, because that's tough. In most places, win series, that ain't the goal here.
Coach, let's go back to game 1. That was a situation where you had to use multiple pitchers earlier in the game when there was that bases loaded situation. It ended up being a high-scoring game where y'all came back and took the lead late. Other than that, it was a pretty much dominant pitching performance the rest of that weekend. Just talk about game 1 and what you had to do to get through that rough stretch.
I'd rather not. That was one of the ugliest games of baseball ever. I don't know, maybe the conditions had a little bit to do with it. But I think Colby Casey was the story of that game. As you mentioned, the bases loaded. Comes in bases loaded and we got 1 out, and I think they've already got 5, after we'd scored a couple there. And he gets a double play ball and then goes and puts up 3 zeros after that. And so just sort of kept them at bay, gave our offense time to get back and get the lead. And then obviously, just a lot of back and forth. And, what was good was, we dropped a fly ball there in the 9th, up 2 and with an out, and, floodgates sort of open and they get the lead. And so to see our guys bounce back and then ultimately walk it off was really, it's just a good thing to see. But our guys have been fighting and competing really well since about week 3. So I've been happy with that. And then the rest of the weekend, as you said, pitchers were outstanding.
And Coach, do you think experiences like that game 1 victory are important, especially when you have a newer young team, just because playing hard and doing well, but losing in the end is kind of soul crushing. So
Yeah.
when you get that, like, is that important to establish that? All right, like, we can do this.
Yeah, no, I think it's always huge. You generally like to have one of those earlier than what we had. You know, you generally like to get one of those in the first 2 weeks. But we got one, and so that's big. And yes, it is something that you draw on, you know, later parts of the year. So hopefully that'll be a valuable thing for us.
And my last thing here, Coach, you currently on a 7-game win streak now. It seems like this team has finally started to get their roll in their groove, as you said earlier. What's it going to take for these guys to keep that mentality moving forward, saying this is the standard?
You know, I think we just got to keep improving and play better baseball. You know, we're still minus, you know, several guys, and I don't see them back, you know, anytime soon. So again, we sort of got what we got and got to go out there and play. And when we do, I hope get some of those guys back. Then I think it's just going to make us dangerous. As I've said, sort of really all year, we're trying to hang in there and keep ourselves in position to do what we do, which is, you know, we generally don't lose a whole lot of games in April or May or June. And so, you know, we understand how college athletics and all athletics works. Regular season's sort of not that important. You got to do decent, but you know you got to do good enough to get in. But you want to be the best team at the end, and that's always the plan. But having said that, can't if you don't get to a postseason, you know. So, but we're in good shape at this moment. One weekend can change that positively or negatively, but again, made up ground this weekend. You know, we hope to go make up some ground next weekend.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Good.